It's real love. It's real. Yes, it's real love. It's real.
Hey, it's Nate, and today I am doing Real Love by the Beatles. This song is so beautiful. I've been feeling really emotional while practicing it for this video. It's got a pretty simple piano part that's really satisfying to play. Let's jump in. All right, so first off, I recommend you get the chords and lyrics chart. There's a link down in the description, and that's gonna help you follow along and see where the chords line up with the lyrics. FYI, I am going to teach it to you in D. The recording is closer to D sharp, though it's a little off, so either way, it doesn't sound great to play along with the recording. D is much easier to play it in, and that's the way John played it on piano in the original demo. So we'll start out with the intro. It's gonna sound like this. Here are the underlying chords. We've got a D minor, D, F, and A, and then an A over C sharp. You could voice like that, C sharp, E, and A up here. This is middle C, by the way, so you get the octave. You could just do a simple, easy version for the intro where you just play the chords like that. Just note we are in 4/4 time, so every measure gets 4 counts. But here are the notes and rhythm for the first 2 measures. We're thinking in eighth notes, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. We got the left-hand notes on the bottom, so we've got D, 2, 3, 4, step down to C sharp, 2, 3, 4. And then in the right hand, we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So just moving up D, skip up to F, then just step up to A, and then we do this sort of back and forth, D, B flat, D. Now that's what the piano plays, but there is also an organ voicing a D minor. So for a solo piano arrangement, I'm actually on beat 1 gonna hit that D minor chord and then do the melody. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, now we step down to the C sharp and we've got E with our second finger. We got kind of a big stretch here to the A, and I'm trying to show you here that then we do an octave higher, so that's the higher A, and back and forth. E, A, G, A. So just going back and forth between these melody notes and then the A's down here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Here is the second half. It's super similar, and actually on that first count when you hit the left hand D, you do hear an F in the right hand, which kind of implies that D minor chord, but again, I am just going to play the full chord there and then do the single note melody. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the right hand is different in the last measure. It's similar, but it's a little simpler. Just E, A back and forth twice, and then A back and forth twice. So one more time, the whole intro. Okay, and then we are into the first verse. Here are the chords for that. We get this nice shift from the D minor to the parallel major, D major, and we're gonna invert it down. So we've got A, D, and F sharp here, and then a D bass note in the left hand. And right off the bat, I'm gonna do this rocking pattern on eighth notes where I do the top 2 notes of a chord and then the bottom note. So this measure of D would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and you could also totally just pulse quarter notes. So D. Now for this F sharp minor over C sharp, the only thing that needs to change is in both hands, the 2 Ds step down to C sharps, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now we've got this B minor. Also a smooth transition, you can keep your 5th finger on the F sharp here, and we've got B, D, and F sharp. And then we have an A augmented, super cool sounding chord. We've got A, C sharp, and F with an A bass note. So far we have all my little plans and schemes, lost like some forgotten dreams. Okay, now we go down to a G major chord. I'm going to just move my left hand to put my third finger there so that we can get down to the E in a sec. Just GBD for that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so these next two chords are an E minor, E, G, B. You can come down to your fifth finger here, up to A major. Notice that now we have, for the first time, two chords in the same measure, so that's just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Couple of details. The left hand bass note does step down to an F sharp on the fourth beat of the G measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. So if you want to get into the piano playing pattern here on the A, you can just hit the bass note and then not hit the chord. 3 and 4 and, so bottom, top, bottom. There is also a guitar strumming on the downbeat, so you can also just continue the pattern. Giving you options here. Next thing that happens repeats for two measures. We've got D down to G, D down to G. There is this little passing chord there where it hits a C just in the right hand. You don't do a C bass note. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. You can do G, C and E for that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that whole line's gonna be, seems like all they really were doing was waiting for love. One more detail for that E minor to A would be this nice little chromatic walk up there, and that's on eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3. So you do skip the F, but from there you just do every single note on the way up to A. 1 and 2 and 3. You can just keep the rhythm simple in the left hand and just hold that E minor if you want. Just waiting for your love. Okay, I'm gonna sing through that whole thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. All my little plans and schemes, lost like some forgotten dreams. Seems that all I really was doing was waiting for you. Just like little girls. So that would be on to the next time through for the verse, and it's just the same thing with different lyrics. But that's where the band kicks in. So to get a little bit more power, I'm going to do octaves in the left hand. Just like little girls and boys playing with their little toys. You might notice I'm adding a little bit more rhythm on my left hand thumb. That's optional. Seems like all they really were doing. Okay, so here's a nice little detail. Again, optional. But starting in this verse, you hear the piano kind of double the vocal melody on really was doing. Way to think about that is you're really just continuing the rocking pattern in the right hand, but on really, so the last time in that measure where you have the top notes of the chord before rocking back down, do an A instead of the B, and then when you rock down, that's also the melody. Really, so seems like all they really were doing. So the right hand's gonna cross over to the F sharp right at the same moment we were already doing it in the left hand. And then it does get to this E, an eighth note earlier than the rest of the chord and the bass note on the downbeat of the next measure. Seems like all they really were doing. So I'm gonna really would doing, and then on the downbeat, hit the rest of that E minor chord before coming up. But look, you could totally not voice the rest of that E minor chord. The piano doesn't voice it, the guitar does. Sorry to interrupt the flow of the tutorial, but I just want to say something, because sometimes I get comments that are like, just show us how to play the song, you're talking too much. But it's like, what is playing the song? Are we talking about playing exactly what the piano did on the recording? Because that was just playing a role amongst guitar and bass and drums. Unless the original recording was just piano and voice, a piano cover is a living, breathing interpretation of the music. I like to give options to show that you do have freedom and you can make decisions based on what sounds best to you, which might not be the same that sounds best to me, or you can pick the best option based on your skill level. All right, rant over. But in the spirit of that, one more option here for playing the rest of the song really once the octaves come in is, instead of doing the rocking eighth note rhythm in the right hand, you can do those eighth notes in the left hand and do quarter notes in the right, which gives it a little bit more power. It's less accurate to the piano as played on the recording, but it might capture the energy of the full band better. So I'm gonna do that probably in the second half of my version. Okay, so now we are on to the chorus. Here's the chords for that. I think this will go a little bit quicker. We've got a measure of D, just like we've been doing it. And then this G minor sixth. Love that chord. The notes there are G, B flat, D, and E. So I'm gonna rock back and forth between the top three notes and the bottom note.
No need to be alone. No need to be alone.
Okay, all the chords here we've already done, and there's no fancy bass melodies or anything. We've just got D, B minor, G, A, and it does that twice. So the full chorus, 1, 2, 3, 4.
No need to be alone. No need to be alone. It's real love. It's real. Yes, it's real love. It's real.
So right at the end there, that would be going into the interlude. I'm curious about something. On your chords and lyrics chart, I have the lyrics as no need to be alone. About half the stuff on the internet says that, about half of it says don't need to be alone. It's hard to understand him. I've actually always kind of heard it as only to be alone, but that doesn't feel like it makes as much sense. Let me know in the comments what you think John was really singing. Okay, so this interlude is essentially the intro again. Big difference though. The bass is fully in here, and instead of going down to the C sharp, you hear it go down to the A. So it would be. There is a guitar strumming the full chord. Without the C sharp in the left hand, you kind of miss it. So I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna hit it with my first finger there before going down to the A. And then same thing again here. From this moment on, I know. So we've just landed in the next verse, and it's the same as the last verse, just different lyrics. Then we go into another chorus. Just like the first chorus with slightly different lyrics, we've got
No need to be afraid.
and then at the end of that chorus on the last,
It's real love. It's real.
we are in the bridge. It's like an instrumental interlude with a little guitar solo. Here are the chords for that. We've got E minor, which we've already done. Across the 4 counts of this measure of E minor, though, the bass line does walk up all the way to B. So we've got E, F sharp, G, A, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and B. So B major here. We've got a B in the left hand, then F sharp, B, and D sharp. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and this measure of E, the bass just stays on the E. Then A sus4, so A, D, and E. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Resolve it down to regular A major. And it does stop on beat 3 as we kind of wait for the final verse. So that whole interlude, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Thought I'd been in love before.
Okay, so then we are in the final verse. Same thing, just different lyrics. Then we are on to the final chorus slash outro. It's gonna look like this. One really nice variation here is that for the first G minor 6, the third is actually the bass note on the B flat.
No need to be alone.
Has this really nice kind of dark sound.
No need to be alone.
And then it's back to the regular. And then we get to the...
It's real love. It's real.
And I have a repeat sign here. It goes around a bunch of times and the recording fades out. You can try to fade it out. Or what I'm going to do, I'm probably just going to go through that line about 4 times and then just end on a D, probably just with a single bass note. So it feels a little bit chill, final on that D. So on that last time I'll do...
It's real love. It's real.
Something like that. Just let it ring out and then the song is over. Okay, thank you for sticking with me. I am now gonna do a full play and sing through so you can see how all these parts we've talked about fit together. If you enjoy this video, please give it a like. Also subscribe to the channel if you have not already and click the bell so you know when I put out more videos like this one. Okay, here's my version of Real Love.
All my little plans and schemes lost like some forgotten dreams. Seems that all I really was doing was waiting for you. Just like little girls and boys playing with their little toys. Seems like all they really were doing was waiting for love. No need to be alone. No need to be alone. It's real love. It's real. Yes, it's real love. It's real. From this moment on, I know exactly where my life will go. Seems that all I really was doing was waiting for